Welcome back to our channel, Soap fans. Today is a beautiful sunny Friday, but my mood is anything but calm because we need to talk about the absolute madness that just went down in Port Charles. Grab your coffee and let's dive in. I am literally shaking right now. I cannot even begin to process what I just watched on my screen, but I need to get this out of my system before I absolutely explode. I am typing this up late at night. My brain is running a million miles a minute and I just have to vent to people who actually understand. I mean, did we all just watch the same episode? I cannot believe they actually went there and did that. And by that, I mean the absolute masterclass in psychological warfare that Sonny Corinthos just pulled on Pascal in that dark, creepy warehouse. I am screaming. We have been waiting for weeks to see how Sonny, Laura, and Lucas were going to handle this whole Sidwell and Pascal situation. And let me tell you, it delivered on every single level. My jaw is permanently on the floor. Okay, wait, I am getting ahead of myself. Let me back up and set the stage because the atmosphere of this scene was everything. So, Sonny drags Pascal into this pitch black, terrifying warehouse. And it is giving me major vintage General Hospital vibes. I have been watching this show religiously since 2015, and this is honestly the best, most intense mob boss energy they have given Sonny in years. He ties Pascal to this metal chair in the center of the room, and the lighting is just casting these harsh, gritty shadows everywhere, and Sonny is just standing there, not saying a single word at first, just staring at him with this fiery, furious glare that could literally melt steel. You know the exact look I am talking about. That classic Sonny Corinthos death glare where you just know someone is about to meet their maker. But here is the thing that absolutely blew my mind, and proved that the writers are actually paying attention. Sonny did not just start throwing punches, because normally, right, Sonny would have his guys string the guy up, maybe dangle him over the harbor, or threaten him with a meat hook like the old days. We have seen it 100 times with every rival mobster who crosses him. But no, he did not use an ounce of physical force initially. Instead, he used psychological torture, and it was brilliant. He brought in Lucas Jones, and he made Pascal just sit there tied to that chair, unable to move, unable to look away, and forced him to listen to Lucas pour his heart out about the agonizing pain of losing Marco Rios. I am sorry, but can we talk about Lucas for a second? Give this man an Emmy right now. Every single award. Because the raw grief and the absolute devastation pouring out of Lucas in that scene was gut-wrenching. He just unloaded months and months of silent, suffocating suffering onto Pascal. He detailed exactly how Pascal's actions, his cover-ups, his blind loyalty to Jen Sidwell, directly led to Ross Cullum murdering Marco. Lucas made Pascal feel every single ounce of that heartbreak. And it was so much more effective than a physical beating. I mean, a punch to the face heals eventually. But having to sit there and look into the eyes of a man whose soul you helped destroy, that breaks a person from the inside out. And Pascal broke. He completely and utterly crumbled. You could see the sweat pouring down his forehead, his eyes darting around the dark room. Realizing that his fancy butler suits and his smug little attitude were not going to save him down here in the dark. He thought he was so untouchable because he worked for Sidwell. He thought Sidwell's power and money would act like some kind of magical force field around him. But sitting in that warehouse, feeling the crushing weight of Lucas's grief and Sonny's terrifying silence, Pascal realized he was nothing but a pawn. A disposable, pathetic little pawn in a much bigger game. Then, just when Pascal is hyperventilating and completely mentally shattered, Sonny makes his move. And this is exactly why Sonny is the undisputed king of Port Charles. He does not just pull out his gun to shoot Pascal. No, that would be way too easy. He pulls the gun out, racks the slide and leans in close and threatens to just hand Pascal right back to Jen Sidwell. I yelled at my television screen. I literally screamed because Sonny knows exactly what Sidwell does to people who become liabilities. Sonny basically said, "I don't even need to kill you. I will just drop you on Sidwell's doorstep and let him do it. Ice cold." I am so obsessed with this level of strategy. So of course Pascal starts trembling like a leaf in a hurricane. He is absolutely terrified. He knows Sidwell will torture him and silence him permanently without a second thought. And that is when the dam finally breaks. Pascal finally confesses. He spits it out. He tells Sonny that Jocelyn Jax is being held hostage in the sub-basement of Windermere. Yes, finally. We have a confirmed location. Jocelyn has been stuck in that miserable, damp cell for what feels like an absolute eternity, dealing with Pascal's taunts and Cassius's creepy babysitting, and now Sonny finally knows exactly where she is. But wait, because this is a soap opera, and nothing is ever that simple. Just as I am jumping off my couch, cheering that Sonny's gonna go bust Jocelyn out and save the day. Pascal drops the mother of all bombshells. He warns Sonny that Cassius, who we all know has been parading around as fake, Nathan West has rigged the entire entrance to the sub-basement with explosives. Explosives! Are you kidding me? I should have seen this coming from a mile away. I mean, let us just look at the history here for a second. Cassius is a Phazon. And what do Phazons love more than anything in the world? Ridiculously complicated, highly lethal traps. Remember Cesar Phazon. Remember the exploding conundrum box that they literally just brought up again with Valentine and Jack Brennan? It is literally baked into their DNA to blow things up. Cassius rigging the door with a bomb is the most on-brand villain move ever. But it raises the stakes to an astronomical level, because now Sonny cannot just kick the door down. He cannot just send his guys in with guns blazing. One wrong move, one tripped wire, and the entire sub-basement collapses, taking Jocelyn down with it. And as if that was not enough anxiety for one night, there is a massive, terrifying, ticking clock hovering over this entire situation. Sidwell is a maniac, and he is not stupid. He is already furious. He is already looking for Britt Westbourne. And it is only a matter of time, probably minutes before he realizes his right-hand man, his loyal butler Pascal, is missing. And when Sidwell realizes Pascal has been taken, he is going to know immediately that his secrets are compromised. He is going to know that Sonny knows about Jocelyn being in that basement. If Sidwell figures out that Pascal spilled his guts, he will not even hesitate. He will detonate that basement himself, just to tie up the loose ends and destroy the evidence. He would bury Jocelyn under a mountain of Windermere rubble just to spite Sonny and Carly. So now, Sonny is in a desperate race against time. He has to get to Spoon Island, bypass Sidwell's heavy security, to figure out how to disarm a bomb rigged by a psychopath, and get Jocelyn out before Sidwell pushes a button and turns the castle into a smoking crater. I know some people are loving the Sidwell storyline, and some people are hating it, but personally, I think this is exactly the kind of high-stakes, edge-of-your-seat drama we have been missing. Some fans on the forums have been complaining that Sidwell is not as scary as past villains. But are we watching the same show? The man is holding a college student hostage in a rigged dungeon while blackmailing the mayor and ordering hits. He is terrifying. And the fact that he has Cassius doing his dirty bomb work just makes it 1,000 times worse. I am so stressed out about how Sonny is going to handle this. Usually this is where Jason would swoop in. Jason is the guy who knows how to defuse bombs and do the impossible tactical stuff. But Jason is gone. He is in WSB custody at some undisclosed location, taking the fall for Rocco. So Sonny does not have his enforcer, he does not have his right-hand man, he has to do this himself. Or maybe he brings Lucas. Could you imagine Lucas going to Windermere to help save Jocelyn? That would be incredible character development. Or maybe Dante gets involved. Dante is a cop and he knows about explosives, right? But Dante is busy looking for Rocco and Britt. Everyone is spread so thin right now, and the tension is just unbearable. And can we talk about Windermere's history for a second? That castle has always been a house of horrors. Helena Cassadine used to lock people in those catacombs all the time. Valentine has his own dark history there. It is like the island itself is cursed. Jocelyn being trapped down there surrounded by explosives is just the latest chapter in Windermere's terrifying legacy. I swear if they ever get out of this, somebody just needs to bulldoze that entire castle and salt the earth. Am I the only one who thinks this might actually end in an absolute tragedy? Because they have been teasing a lot of danger lately. Jocelyn just tried to ambush Cassius with those makeshift weapons. Anna Devane left behind, and that did not work because Sidwell stopped her at gunpoint. Now she is sitting down there, probably completely unaware that she is literally surrounded by C4 or whatever Cassius used. If Sonny makes one tiny mistake, we could lose Jocelyn. I do not think they would actually kill her off. But she could be seriously injured. Or maybe somebody else takes the blast. What if Cassius gets blown up by his own trap? Honestly, I would not even be mad at that. Good riddance to fake Nathan. And what about Carly? Oh my god, if Carly finds out that Jocelyn is sitting on top of a bomb, she is going to lose her absolute mind. Carly is already stressed out dealing with Valentine Brennan and the whole Turning Woods mess. If she finds out her daughter is trapped in a rigged basement, she will probably swim to Spoon Island herself with a pair of wire cutters. The emotional fallout from this is going to be massive. Sonny and Jocelyn have had a very rocky relationship lately because she hates his mob lifestyle. But at the end of the day, Sonny raised her. He loves her like his own daughter. The desperation in his eyes when Pascal mentioned the explosives proved that He will do whatever it takes to get her out, even if it means sacrificing himself. Okay, back to the main point before I spiral completely out of control. The warehouse scene was a masterpiece of television. The acting, the lighting, the pacing. Sonny Corinthos proving that he does not need to throw a single punch to absolutely destroy a man's soul. Lucas Jones getting the emotional closure and the revenge narrative he deserves after Marco's tragic death. And Pascal finally breaking and giving up the goods. It was soap opera perfection from start to finish. But now we're left with this excruciating, heart-pounding cliffhanger. A bomb, a hostage, a ticking clock. And a furious mob boss rushing to save his former stepdaughter before a madman blows her to pieces. I am going to be holding my breath until the next episode. I genuinely do not know how I am supposed to sleep tonight, or focus on anything else. They better not drag this out for 3 weeks. We need Sonny at Windermere by Monday, kicking down doors while carefully opening doors so they do not explode. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? Is Sonny going to get there in time? Is Jason going to magically escape the WSB and show up to cut the right wire? Will Sidwell actually push the button? Drop your theories in the comments, because I desperately need someone to talk to about this before I lose my mind. See you all in the next video.